Thanks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, glory be to Him. And He's the only one who deserves to be thanked. And I testify that there is no God but Allah. And that Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His messenger and the seal of His prophets. Peace and blessings be upon them all. Indeed, the best speech is the Quran al-Kareem, the best speech ever. And the best guidance and the best way is the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the best guidance ever. O Muslims, know and always remember that you are Muslims. Know and always remember that you are Muslims. This is your definition. And this is what we might, inshaAllah subhanahu wa ta'ala, have a kind of understanding this fact. And we first try to reflect upon the favors, the concept of the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon us. The blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ni'mah, upon every and each body of us. The favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are countless, numerous. Nobody ever can count the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon himself, upon him, upon that man or that woman. And if you try to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His favor, only one favor, like your sight or your hearing or your mind, this process of thanking, this process of praising is itself a favor that needs to be thanked for. So the performance of thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the performance of praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for only one favor by Him forms a favor, another new favor on you that you need to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for. Because other people than you, they didn't have this favor. They have the same hearing, the same sight, the same mind, which are all favors, but they didn't have the favor of thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this, of praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this. So if you have this in you, so you have a favor itself that needs to be praised for. And you need to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for enabling you and making you praising Him and understanding that what you have is a favor by Him, only by Him. And that is why the scholar Al-Imam Al-Shafi'i, may Allah be pleased with him, he wrote a very elegant sentence in the introduction of his book, Al-Risala, or the Message, in which he founded the science of the art, the principles of the jurisprudence. In the introduction he said, Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah, whose favor cannot be praised except by another favor from Him. Thanks to Allah, whose favor cannot be praised except by another favor from Allah. Which means that whatever favor, whatever ni'mah you want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for, when you thank Allah for this ni'mah, this thanking itself is another ni'mah that you need to praise. And when you praise it, then this praise again is a favor that you need to praise. And when you praise it, you will have the same process endlessly. So each time you praise, is that each time that you have another new favor that needs to be praised. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Quran al-Kareem, He said 2 times in 2 different surahs, if you count the favors of Allah, you would not be able to count them. You would not be able to compute them. You cannot number the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, in these two verses, there's a very important point in the end of each verse of these two verses. The first verse, Allah subhanahu